So those are the apartments that you can see here in Denmark. So it's kind of very nice apartments here in Denmark, especially how they build the apartments and the stones that you are using. And you notice also that the colors of the stones more like less orange. So you can see downstairs, or you can see in the streets, all of the colors most likely are orange or green. So these are colors that you can see in Copenhagen area where the apartments. And if you want to ask about information how to get apartments here in Copenhagen and how much it's cost, so definitely we have to talk this one today. I must say that apartments here in Denmark are quite expensive. I must say it's very expensive, especially here in Copenhagen. So if you are from abroad, or if you are a student, or you have friend here in Denmark, that would be much better for you if you want to stay here in Denmark. But if you are alone and trying to find your own apartment here, especially in Copenhagen, so first of all, I heard that you have to put in the list, like, what is this? You need to be in the list, like the areas or the municipality where you want to inquire for apartments. So you have to ask how many people are waiting in the list to have the apartments. It might be taking for you, like, it might be a year or 2 years in time, 3 years in time until you get the apartment. So in all, it's not easy for you to get apartments here in Denmark. It's very expensive, especially here in this area where people lives in the city. The cost here of the apartments max is around 11,000 Danish krone for 1 bedroom, 2 living room, like a bigger apartment. And the cheapest price, it could be around 4,500 Danish krone. So if you have to convert it in peso, 4,500 krone, so that would be 34,000 pesos, something 34 to 35,000 pesos in a month, not including the warm, the electricity, like what I'm saying, the heater, this they call it van, and electricity here, it's not included in the 34,000 pesos or 4,500 Danish krone. So it kind of very expensive here in Denmark in terms of apartments, but it depends where you want to live. And here in the city where I live, it's also very expensive. So guys, if you want to live here in Denmark, you must have a good job. Like, you can afford to pay for the rent, for the water bill, for the electricity, and so on and so forth. And also the foods are also expensive. If you are comparing to Filipino foods back home, it is 3 times expensive, 3 times higher than the Danish foods in Denmark. So it's like too much higher prices here in Denmark, especially their taxes. Because of their taxes is too expensive too. So that's why it's very expensive to live here in Denmark. Cost of living is so expensive, and foods also expensive. But if you have the job, you can find a job, it's fine. So you can support by yourself, and it much be better. I must say much better if you know someone here in Denmark living, and then you can live with her for quite some time, and you can just pay like half and half rent in a month. But of course you need to find a job. Without a job here in Denmark, you cannot live here. Like, who's gonna pay your rent? Who's gonna pay your bills? Who's gonna pay your food? Nobody. So you have to support by yourself. I know if you come here in Denmark like a student visa, you have to provide by your own. You have to provide everything, food, expenses, transportation, also expensive. Everything is totally expensive here. But I'm not saying very negative things about Denmark. But this is the reality here in Denmark. Once you get the job, bam, you're in. You have the capability to buy your own food. So if you are going to ask how long time you can get an apartment here in Denmark, that's what I'm saying. It takes you like a year, more than a year, maybe 3 years in time before you get the apartment. But it depends where the municipality you would like to live. Here in Copenhagen area where we live, it's kind of difficult place. It's kind of difficult area to find apartments, because most of the people would like to live here in Copenhagen because the center of job, it's here in Copenhagen. No job opportunities in countryside area. Maybe there are few, but not a lot compared here in Copenhagen. So most of the people living in countryside, they came here in Copenhagen just to work and find their own apartments. And the good thing also to live here in the city. Cities are nearby shops, restaurants, cafes, sightseeing. You can see a lot of things here. It's not boring here. Nightlife. So a lot of things you can see here in Denmark. Not like in countryside area, it's so boring. So people, like young people, would like to live here in Copenhagen because of the nightlife. This is number one in Scandinavia. Nightlife here in Denmark is really good, and young people likes to come here because of the nightlife and alcohol. People likes to drink here alcohol. That's why they love to come here in Denmark. And even though the foods are expensive, but still you can afford if you have a job. So the key is you need to find first a good job until such time that you can hear someone that has their own apartment, or the other way around. You can have apartment here in Denmark if you know somebody else, and then she or he has her own apartment, and then she would like you to rent the apartment. Like you have your own room, so you only rent for a room itself, and you are sharing your kitchen, you're sharing bathroom, toilet, and everything, but you are just paying the room. So that would be cheaper, I must say. That would be cheaper compared to renting the whole apartment. Renting the whole apartment is kind of expensive for the newbies, the students here in Denmark. So they are doing like that in order for them to save money, because they have to pay also their tuition fee here in Denmark. So that's why it's kind of expensive. So guys, you learn a lot of things. How much apartments here in Denmark cost, and how to get apartment here in Denmark. Again, it's not easy to get apartments here in Denmark. It depends upon the list they are talking about. You have to be in the top list, because you have to inquire first in the municipality where you live, and so they can put you in the list, because there are also people would like to come here in this place to live. So not only you are looking for apartments, and also other people. So again, for expats and for those students who would like to come here in Denmark, not that easy, but it could be a possibility for you to have a greater education, brighter future, I must say, because the welfare in Denmark's health care are very good compared to other countries. Hope guys that you learned something from me today, and let me know in the comment below what would be my next topic for us to discuss. If I know something about would like you to know, so I would answer that one.